Hi, I'm Paul Jacobson, Queen's Counsel lawyer, practicing for the last 30 years in Calgary, Alberta. We're going to talk about the Life Insurance Protector, and I'm going to give you a little presentation that is a cut-down version of what I give to financial planners, life insurance agents, accountants. Grab a pen and a piece of paper and let's get started. So when we're building this timeline, what I want you to do is draw a horizontal line across the paper. On the left side, a vertical line, which is the start date. Put at the top of that line, date of purchase. On the right-hand side of that horizontal line, I want another vertical line, and I want you to put date of death. In the center of that horizontal line, I want you to draw another vertical line, and that vertical line is going to be today's date. In between the date of purchase and the today's date, you're going to draw another vertical line, and that's going to be the date of when the policy was paid up. We'll talk more about that later. Finally, there's going to be another vertical line either before today's date or after today's date to deal with health issues. For example, have you had a heart attack? Have you had a stroke? Have you had cancer? Are you diabetic? Any of these major health issues, I want to know when they happen. Now that we have this timeline drawn, I want you to start filling in the numbers, but you're not going to have your numbers just yet. I'm going to put mine in, just to give you an example. So I purchased my policy 25 years ago. I'm going to put minus 25 on the very left side of the timeline. I then paid premiums for 10 years. So I was paid up, my policy was paid up 10 years after the purchase date. So minus 15 from today's date. And on the bottom of that, I'm going to fill in the numbers. That was the premiums I paid, okay? You're going to then move on to the center one, which is today's date, and the CSV, or cash surrender value, mine is $1 million. That's what it is today. That's what the policy is worth from a cash point of view. The final number I want to put in is on the very right-hand side, the death side. That's the death benefit, $2.5 million. Those are my numbers. The CSV is the most important number here because it is a prepayment of premiums, and those premiums will cover mortality costs as you get older so that you have a death benefit when you die. Generally speaking, there are really only two types of ownership. The first type is where you own the policy personally. The second type is where you own it through some sort of entity, usually a company. Personal ownership. What's the benefit of that? Well, it's very simple. The life insured can name certain family members, and those family members, if named, will credit or protect the policy from unsecured creditors. On the other hand, if you buy it through a company, the company now owns the policy, you're the life insured, the company's the beneficiary. Between the two of them, the individual ownership gives you the protection of the cash surrender value, which of course is key. When you have the ownership in the company, the cash surrender value is not protected anymore. I now want to move to the fundamental reason why people purchase life insurance in their companies. It's really about cash flow savings. You have more after-tax dollars to purchase a policy when you do it through a company. And I'm going to give you the formula now. It's your premiums paid divided by 0.55 in brackets minus, in brackets, premiums paid divided by 0.85. And that will give you the cash flow savings numbers. 0.55 represents your after-tax dollars. 0.85 represents the company's after-tax dollars. So let's put in some numbers. I'm going to put in my premiums for my example. So $500,000 divided by 0.55 minus $500,000 divided by 0.85. Those numbers calculate to $910,000 minus $590,000. The tax flow savings, $320,000. So that's the reason why you purchased your policy in the company. You are $320,000 ahead from a tax flow point of view. Now that you know the reason why you bought the policy in the company, the cash flow savings, let's talk about the planning. The planning is the company bought the policy, the company pays the premiums for the policy, the company is the beneficiary of the policy. The problem with that planning, as we talked about earlier, is that the cash surrender value is no longer protected. It's subject to the claims of unsecured creditors of the company. I created the Life Insurance Protector to solve this problem. Click on the button below, fill in the information, and I'll contact you directly.